Before you go out into the backcountry, it's really important to let someone know where you're going and when you expect to return. Also, you should leave a note in your car if you're driving to a trailhead, perhaps, that says the same thing, where you're intending to go, when you intend to return, and continue on with further details about yourself. Your name, your age, your height, your weight, your shoe size, perhaps even take a piece of paper with a crayon and trace the back of the sole of your shoe so that people have a print of what your tracks look like. Do everything you can to make sure that if something goes wrong, people will be looking for you. I believe that in the United States, if you do these things before you head out, most people are rescued within 72 hours. If, however, something goes wrong, you don't do these things, and you find yourself in a survival situation and you need to get rescued, there are a number of things you can do, right? We spoke about cairns a little bit, stacking rocks on top of one another if you're trying to find your way out and leaving a trail for yourself. You can also use a signal mirror, which I'll demonstrate in just a moment with my compact. You can also use some kind of a noise if perhaps you see someone in the distance but are too far away, or maybe you're in a deep canyon bottom stuck for some reason and you're perhaps injured and you need to gain their attention. All over the world, SOS signals come in threes. 3 whistle blows, 3 fires, 3 large grouping of stones, anything that gains attention in threes, triangles. This is an SOS signal, I need help signal, no matter what language you're in. The other thing I'd like to demonstrate real quickly is if you don't have a whistle and you need to be making some noise, how to do it sort of properly. And that is not to yell help. You can't project enough. So most of the time I'll actually be doing this standing up, but it's a very sort of feral human noise. It's a guttural noise. It comes from the gut. So you're gonna open up your diaphragm when you do this. And I like to do it in 2 syllables, often a vowel and a consonant. And once again, you could do this in 3s to let people know that it's an emergency and they need to pay attention. So it sounds something like this. It's kind of intense. Perhaps you need a sip of coffee afterwards to get some liquid in your throat. Awesome. And the easiest way to gain someone's attention from the air, of course, is either with a signaling mirror, but mostly with 3 big rescue signal fires. These, once again, will be set up sort of equidistant from one another in a triangular formation. They can be on the ground if perhaps you're injured or something and can only build 1 fire, or if you can kind of hobble around and get those 3 fires done, that's fine. During the nighttime, you of course want to use hot red flames to create contrast with the dark surroundings. In the daytime, most of the time you want to use very smoky signals, which means that you're going to create a fire that has lots of green boughs and leaves and things on top of it, live wood, to create a lot of smoke. Of course, you have to think smart about this. If I'm in the middle of a desert and it's a fairly kind of whitish environment, day or night, to gain contrast, I would go for a large flame, so I'm going for something like a bonfire. Out here today, we have a backdrop of a basically sagebrush green ground. We do have some sunshine, a bit of cloud cover as well, but a smoke signal will be the best. I've decided to do some large tripod formations, reason being that a cone shape will help funnel the smoke up. And that signal of rising smoke is going to be easier to see than if it were just going down in one direction, just sort of horizontal with the ground. Though, you know, it's okay either way. If you screw this up, it's okay. You do want to keep fire safety in mind, of course, too. Clear out the area of any debris that could light on fire and create a forest fire and put you in a more hazardous position around those tripods. Also, I've gone ahead and made a platform at the bottom of each of my tripods, and this is to house dry material underneath, so that in a hurry, when I hear that plane or I see that helicopter or whatever, I can run, and if it's been wet and raining outside, I can create that fire real quickly and know that I have dry tinder to get everything started. But of course, you could just do it on the ground as well. The last thing I'd like to present is a product called fire ice, and it is increasingly becoming much more popular than just the regular, like when you see a red fire can, fire extinguisher can. And what I like about it is that it's just a potassium-based copolymer. It's biodegradable, it doesn't harm the plant life, and what it does is you can protect an area by adding something like this to quite a large amount of water, and it creates sort of a gel on the ground that prohibits fire from movement. It also can be dumped over the canopy of trees, and that way, if the fire does get out of control and rise, it's housed inside that area. So this is not only good to use around your home in fire emergencies, but also if you're just nervous about creating a brush fire yourself, add this to a lot of water. It's best to have a pressurized spray can, but anything will do, and go ahead and create a circle around your area so as to help prevent the fire from spreading. Yay, fire ice.